Nope, I can't. No, while you find for us to okay, that was off to a hot start.
Start off hotter.
Yeah. While you find us something to do today, because we got nothing to talk about, I am going to talk about the one thing I have to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
Welcome back to my aunt's attic. This is a whole 4 days. What is today? Thursday? 4 days? 3? 4 days after
I never know
recorded.
whether to count the day that it is.
Yeah, yeah. It's either 3 or only 4 days after we recorded the last episode because our schedules are all wonky. And so we don't have enough to accumulate for this week to talk about other than the fact that guess what came out? Okay, good guess. The new trailer for the Avatar live action on Netflix. I have been very wary about this because the original creators were part of the project on Netflix, but due to creative differences, they left. And I'm like, Netflix, what are you doing? Are you screwing it up again? Because it was already screwed up once. We don't talk about that though. But it was bad. It was traumatic, actually. And so, yeah, when the creators left, we're thinking, oh god, this is going to be another M. Night issue. But the trailer did come out, and it actually looks fantastic. So I'm pretty excited.
When does it come out?
February 22nd. So again, I have to wait till February. Everything's in February. It's okay, it's almost here. But it actually looks really freaking good. They are taking some liberties, which I'm okay with as long as they keep the main characterizations and the overall plot. As long as those are good and they make sure to add in some of the fun elements that people love, then I'm okay with that. Do your liberties cautiously, but you can take them. I'm a fan of some creative liberties. But, I mean, they took enough that they pushed out the creators. So I'm like, stop licking me. No.
Is she licking you?
She licked my hand. She went for the face earlier, but she licked my hand, and I'm not a fan. Let's not do that.
She's not super licky.
Let's not do that.
Liz is licky.
Yeah, she's licking her toenails right now. It's gross.
It's her hobby, bro. You knit, you crochet.
There you go.
She bites her toenails.
If Layla wasn't on my lap right now, I would be crocheting right now. Quit licking me. No. Anywho, what'd you find for us? Did you find something?
Oh, I was just gonna tell you really quick. So I'm sitting in class. I'm gonna reenact this. I'm gonna turn my volume up just how it was. So I'm sitting in class.
I got the
class
today, sorry.
That's okay, you always do.
Yeah.
I always do too. I'm sitting in class today. It's like 1 minute before class is supposed to start, so everybody's there, but everybody's just like hanging out in silence, like playing on their phones. Professor's like getting ready. And I'm like, oh, I want to play my little iPad game for a sec. I did not have my volume turned down, and this is what everybody heard in silence. But like louder. And I go, oh my god, like out loud. I go, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Why?
You
Why do I
are
do that to myself?
Embarrassment.
Toca boca! Just out of nowhere. It was so loud.
That reminds me of Snappy, Snappy, Snappy. Wait, no, it's Schnee, Schna, Snappy, 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 Snap.
I think you played that on here.
Snappy. I played it for Kendra too. Speaking of Kendra, she came over for dinner the other night and it forced me to clean my apartment, and it is fantastic. I'm not completely done yet. There are some little details, a couple extra dishes I still have to get to, but the overall is clean, and I needed it badly. So I'm glad she came over.
That's
and forced
excellent.
me to clean it. I was going to invite you to come and record at my house, but then I didn't want to bug the gatekeeper to open the gate. It's kind of annoying. So alas, here we are.
Alas.
How about me forgetting that we changed our recording date?
I got really scared.
Yeah, to the point where he actually called me. That was... Yeah.
Well, I didn't want you to have already left, and then nobody would have been here.
That was so freaking funny.
Danielle texted me, by the way, I'm going to be a tad late. And I said, late to what? I'm at school. Help! No!
And then, of course, I had my phone on silent, so I didn't see the text that you sent right then.
I figured you
I would have looked at my text one more time before I left, because I always send the I'm on my way text before I leave. But, yeah, it was enough that you actually called me and be like, no. Were you in class when you called me?
No, I was in between classes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Thank God.
That was hilarious.
I was so scared.
An idiot. Don't fear, though, folks. Our posting date is the same. Our recording date has just changed. But that's if Mary Grace came out. I'm just kidding.
I did it. It got out yesterday.
The last week's was what?
Yeah.
3 days
Well,
ago.
I was not well.
No, that's okay. That's why people need to just turn on their notifications. For when we
turn on your post notifications.
Yeah.
I guess.
Subscribe and notifications, blah, blah, blah. I honestly cannot stand that. That is one thing that I absolutely hate. I only watch Sam and Colby on YouTube, but when they have their interjections of, like, their ads and sponsor, I'm like, they have to do it. They're YouTubers. They're getting paid to do it. They have to. But it's like, oh, it just drives me nuts because it completely changes the atmosphere of the episode or whatever they're doing. And it just takes you out, and they're like, we're playing the dragon game. And I'm like, you're hunting ghosts. Let's stick to that.
Shout out to Drew and Danny. They always put their ad at the very end, and you can just leave. I love that.
That was so cute. Just patted my knee because I'm not paying enough attention to her. I don't know who those people are.
YouTubers. They always put their ads at the very end, and I love it.
What's their channel about?
Oh, it's separate. Danny Gonzalez and Drew Gooden. Drew Gooden. And Danny Gonzalez, they always put their ads at the very end. So I'm in this...
You didn't answer me.
What was the question? Oh, what are the channels about?
Yeah.
They're just like commentary things. They play like games or they just like react or stuff like that.
I see.
It's good. Danny Gonzalez went to a haunted house. Haunted house. And it's a really funny video. We should watch it.
Okay.
I'm in this class. It's once a week on Wednesdays. It's 2.5 hours long.
That's not okay.
And it's called Small Group Communication, aka it's Miss Frizzle and everybody's just running around the classroom, small group communicating the whole time. I have no idea what was going on last night.
Miss Frizzle, what?
The professor. She has, like, purple hair, and she's crazy, but she's a little bit older. She was, like, making us all eat candy because it was late in the day. She's like, no, I promise it's gonna help. So she's passing out candy with a pair of tongs.
Okay.
And the class was wild. We had to do these really awful icebreakers. We had to, like, draw ourselves with our eyes closed, and then draw each other with our eyes closed, and then draw 100 dots, and then connect the dots, and then who had the best picture, they get bonus points. And then I drew myself with my eyes closed. And then she's like, don't forget to put your name on this for credit. I had to turn it in!
Oh, God.
I put my first and last name on it for credit.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna get graded.
I mean, oh, my God. That's so weird. I'm sorry. Can I not crochet? Do I have to? Oh, your dogs are pathetic. I love it.
They're very pathetic.
What was I going to say? Oh, I hate icebreakers. They are the bane of my existence. And the one we had to do for our public speaking class, we had to just go around and ask people questions, and you had to, like, find people who fit the category or something.
Yeah.
And there was one category that was, like, can play an instrument or something.
We had to do that same thing.
People came around to ask me if I played an instrument, and I'm like, yeah, I do. I play the kalimba. They didn't ask if I played it well.
Facts.
So, yeah, I play the kalimba. I just...
Yeah, there was nobody in our class that played baseball, but one kid had lied on one person's paper, and so everybody was trying to find him. We had to do these awful questions like, if you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be? And the table behind me the professor's coming around. She's like, so what did you guys say? And the girl's like, we all said potato. And this one kid is like, I said collard greens. What? Why collard greens?
Oh my god.
It was so stupid. I couldn't think of what vegetable I'd be.
Broccoli.
I would be broccoli?
No, me.
Okay.
I like broccoli. Not that I would be broccoli, but I just really like broccoli.
See, that's a thing. You can't pick what you like. It's not necessarily what you are. It's like if you were a color, what color would you be? Like, I love green, but I don't know that I am green.
You're green.
Okay.
You are green. What color am I?
Purple?
I'll accept it.
Okay.
Is this part of our quiz?
Just anything deep. Any color that you can paint your nails. Oh no, this is not part of our quiz. I don't know. All these IQ quizzes, you have a time limit of like 20 minutes.
Ew.
And I don't like to be rushed.
No,
so
I don't either. Is that part of the IQ thing though?
That's probably. Let me do
Fail.
IQ test. No time limit. We should just take like a WebMD quiz. What's wrong with me quiz?
Dude,
Diagnosed with
everything.
cancer.
Everything. Oh, no, I'm seriously actually getting paranoid.
Okay, here we go. You have no time limit.
More bouts of issues that I'm like, okay, no, I seriously need to go to the doctor. Whew. Okay, anyway. Did you find one?
Oh god. Should we do this together or should we do it separate and then see who does better?
I feel like we should do it separate because we get 2 different IQs. Are we doing a
Okay.
competition? Who's smarter?
So, do you want me to send it to you and then we'll take it? We'll go at the same time, but we won't share our answers with each other. How about that?
Okay. When I think, I stop all processes other than my thinking.
Oh.
And so it's just me going to be sitting here in silence. Oh, number 1, I'm done. I'm done.
Is it the finding the missing value one?
Yeah.
Is it the same one?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're done? Because I feel like it's pretty straightforward. So the question is find the missing value. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'm stupid, but I feel like I know what the answer is.
I mean, I feel like I do, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, wait, we haven't even started it. But it is timed. You started? Oh, I didn't start
There's
yet.
no time limit. It's timed, though.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Oh, God. Are these all math questions?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Okay, wait. Have you started it? What am I doing?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Do we type in the answer? Oh.
Yes.
I'm doing very well.
Are you on number 2 now?
No.
Okay. Maybe this is part of it. Can we figure out how to answer the question?
Yeah, no. Okay, what numeric value should come next? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Blank. I second guess myself.
I'm probably not second guessing myself enough.
My question is, so have you ever put an answer in something, but because you typed it like with an extra space, it counts it wrong? Well,
Yeah.
I'm paranoid about that.
That might happen.
Are all these math? Because I don't want to do this.
Probably not.
Find the missing value. 3, 6, 12, 24, 48.
I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, it took me a second. This is math for you.
I did it. I'm done.
I'm not. I'm really self-conscious right now, and it's making my brain stutter.
Don't worry about it. Carry the 1.
Son of a beanstalk. I'm still not positive. I'm putting
Son
this
of a beanstalk.
correctly. Are all the... I don't want to do this.
They're probably not, but let's just go through it
What
fast.
numeric value should come next? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh my god, it's like music to my ears. Take me back.
Son of a
Next.
gun. 2, 2, 4, 6, 10, 16, 26.
Oh god.
Wait, what?
Oh, I know it. I know it. No, do I? Yeah, I know it. I know it. Okay, I totally know it. Oh my god. I'm so happy that I know.
Shut up, I can't think. God, I'm so stupid. This is not the type of smart that I am. Well, we skipped a bunch. How did we get an award by skipping a bunch?
It's
Wait.
like, congrats, you realize how stupid this is. Oh, so my homework for small group communication is that I have to bring in the biggest thing that I can fit in one hand.
What the heck?
And I have to, like, watch TV. Like, that's my homework.
That's really weird.
I'm scared. Do you think I'll pass?
Sure. I believe in you.
Thanks. I'm actually scared for my grades this semester because I love having classes that only have 3
What?
tests. What, you done?
Game of the King, comma, 64 equals.
What are you at?
49.
Oh, I'm right behind you. I love looking at these little patterns. Oh my god, they're so cute. Game of the King 64 equals...
What'd you put?
That's not your business. Oh no.
What? Do you have to pay? You have to pay.
Do you want to guess how much you have to pay?
No.
$27.
I hate you.
I didn't know!
Everything about you. You make me do that. You make me feel stupid.
I
And then
didn't
you make
know!
me pay to feel stupid.
Why is it $27? I feel like that's a lot.
That's disgusting. That is a scam. That is a scam right there.
Do not go to iqhaven.com. Welcome back to my aunt's attic.
Hello, hello. And take 2. No, I still got nothing. Still got
Have you
nothing.
pooped since our last episode?
Yes, an obscene amount of times.
Oh, a lot of poop.
A lot of poops. It's not been a good time.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, there's been some other issues, and I'm like, I should really go to the doctor.
But you're not gonna.
I'm not going to until I get my taxes done, because then I need to get my insurance, but I kind of need my tax information, figure out what I qualify for, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. It's not been a grand time, folks. I'm very tired, but that's, again, I think, partly just because I didn't get enough sleep, but I am viciously tired all the time. I was falling asleep. This is the irritating thing. I was falling asleep yesterday at, like, 7 o'clock. So I'm like, let's go to bed early. So by the time I actually get myself put together enough to get up, take my shower, get ready for bed, it's like 9:30 or something because I'm a slowpoke. And then I'm in bed and I'm like, okay, time to like wind down and do something. And then I get attached to this fan fiction and then I'm up till 1 o'clock in the morning reading it. So I played myself.
Yikes.
Yeah. I'm not very good at being human.
Who is? It's all our first times. Probably. Maybe, if you believe in that.
Oh my god, that was so profound.
Thanks.
Oh my god, it's all our first time.
Well,
Where'd you get that?
It's true.
Where'd you get that from?
Unless you believe that, like, we're reincarnated from, like, other people.
Yeah,
Which
I don't
could
know
be.
about that.
But we don't
But that
necessarily have, like, access to that information. So it's like we're figuring it out for the first time. It's like trying anything new. We're literally trying life right now. And we get it's a trial period because guess what? It'll end. We don't get to have more, even if we paid $27 for it.
You know what I was actually just thinking about last night?
Go for it.
Do I want to talk about that? I do, but I don't know if other people want to. You know what?
Is it sad?
It's what I want to talk about, and this is my podcast. Or, I mean, our podcast.
Our podcast.
Yeah. It's not necessarily sad. It's more... I don't know. Take it sad if you want. But have always been not afraid of death, but just
I am.
I am not afraid of death now. The way I was thinking about it last night is death is just the start of forever. And I'm pretty this period of our life is so unbelievably short compared to what comes next that I'm like, I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped about it because I'm like, death is just the start of forever imperfection. And I'm like, so, okay, this is me being like I said, I'm actually getting to be a pretty, I don't want to say paranoid, but like resigned to the fact that there might be something actually genuinely wrong with me.
Wait, like mentally?
No, like cancer-wise. Like
cancer?
I've already accepted that I'm mentally unstable and not okay on any front.
You think you have colon
mentally.
cancer?
I don't want to say I think I have colon cancer, but there is something wrong.
Do you want to take a quiz on it?
Absolutely. WebMD. I'm going to get cancer no matter what, but...
Should I quiz you?
No.
You sure?
No. We're good.
Do I have colon cancer? Quit.
But, maybe it's not the big C or anything, but no, there's genuinely something wrong. Like, this is not how a person's body should be.
Because you have regular diarrhea?
It's not just that. It's we don't need to go into a full new episode of my bowel movements and everything. But it's just not right, okay? Everything is just not right. And my biggest thing is I'm not so much afraid of actually having cancer. It's telling my family. Like, how do you break the news that something like that?
You don't have to. You could just die a sudden death.
I was thinking about that as well. I was thinking about that as well. Because the problem is, if I were to have something genuinely wrong with me...
I don't think you have colon cancer.
You
think you do?
No. Like, it's a very weird mental state to be in right now. I know something is obviously wrong. And then, it's lazy hypochondriac. I am very paranoid, like, oh yeah, I have cancer and I'm dying, but I'm not going to do anything about it. Okay, that's fine. So it's kind of one of those things. It's like that weird middle state between, okay, something is wrong and I don't really care.
Right.
So I don't know how to explain it. But the point is that if I were to go to the doctor, try and get this kind of figured out and everything, because it's really not fun, it's really not a good time, then if they were to tell me that, oh my God, you do have colon cancer, if I had to tell my mom would want me to move back to St. Clairsville so she could help. And I'm like, I'd rather die. I would quite literally rather die.
Maybe this is controversial, but if I found out that I had cancer, I would not do anything about it.
I'm leaning towards that.
I wouldn't.
I guess it depends on, like, what stage of cancer, obviously.
Oh, yeah. If I have, like, a cancerous, like, bump on my knee, take it off.
Yeah.
That's fine.
If it can be a sling slash, have it hashed out, done, great. If not, the whole... kudos to people who are able to do that and stand strong and be able to come out the other side grandiose and everything. I'm a baby about that. I don't feel like it. And I don't mean to, I hope people won't take that as like I'm spitting on people's, recovery journey and everything. That's not what I mean. Because I'm really freaking lazy when it comes to that, and I just don't know if it's worth the hassle of it.
Yeah.
And again, because I'm thinking to myself, death is just the start of forever, and I'm pretty pumped about that. So I stopped, and again, it wasn't fear of death, it was just more of like what's the point if it results in death anyway? But I'm like, this is like, we're on the launch pad, man. We are on the launch pad right now. And I don't know. I guess it's just the way you look at it.
Are we gonna be conscious forever?
I think it's a different type of consciousness. No, not the way we are now. There is absolutely no humanly possible way to wrap your head around what comes next because it's so going to be different than what we could ever imagine. I don't think it's a consciousness like we have here. But, no, I thought about that too. When I was like really, really, really depressed. And I'm like, I want to die and I want there to be nothing.
Well, I can't imagine being conscious forever.
I'm tired. I'm so tired right now that I'm like, I have to be awake forever? No, I don't want to do that. And so I was like, I wish death was like, people always fear like the great nothingness. I'm like, I want that. I want the nothingness, like the cease to exist.
I just feel
But I've changed my mind on that.
I feel like I'll run out of capacity by that time. I don't want to like, you know what I mean? Like, I like having my memories and, like, my limited, like, human brain. If I have to be conscious forever, won't I run out of room?
Again, it's not going to be a consciousness that has limitations to it. What was that? What the heck?
I can do a really good impression of wind. Do you want to hear it?
I think everybody wants to hear it. Wow.
It's good. Can you do any impressions, please?
Did I talk about this on the podcast before?
Can you fart with your armpit? I can't.
I cannot. Oh my god, did I talk about this? This is so freaking embarrassing. Oh my god, this is top form embarrassing. I can't believe I'm going to talk about this. So, they were filming.
She's crying. I don't even know what
I'm laughing. I'm crying. Oh my god, it was so embarrassing. I think I've talked about it before, but there was a movie being filmed here in Syracuse. There was a warehouse that they were setting everything up, and it was supposed to be called... Sweet Jesus.
You're crying. Tears.
The movie was going to be called Sushi Tushi.
Okay.
How sumo wrestling broke into American football. And there was like an open casting call for extras, and I went.
When?
Oh, this was years ago. Oh my god. But it was an open casting call, and so they take like small groups back just to kind of talk to, like I talked to the director and everything, and he was kind of just getting an idea of who wanted to be in it, different things that they could do, different talents. There was this little girl and her parents there, and she's like, yeah, I can sing. And so she started singing The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow from Annie. Mm-hmm. And she went out. She was great. And the director was like, yeah, maybe we could do like a Star Spangled Banner thing. You could be like a child, like star, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And just kind of figuring out what he wanted to do with people in the movie. And so he was going around asking people for different talents and whatever. There was this one guy who was huge, like absolutely monstrous. His voice was the deepest baritone you'd ever hear in your entire life. And he was just like, the director was like, yeah, we're definitely going to do something with that because it's like It's sumo and American football. I'm like, he was absolutely going to be in this movie. Dude was a freaking brick wall. And they get to me and everyone's like looking at me expectantly and I panicked. I was like, I can't not do anything.
I've never heard this story before.
You know what? Oh my god. I cannot believe I'm going to actually say this.
Oh my god, I can't believe this story right now.
So to show off my talents, because I had to do something. I can't, oh my god.
What did you fart on command? What is it? I'm hanging. I'm so hanging.
I said I do a very good.
Oh my god.
I do a very good.
Son of a bitch. How have I never heard this story before? Your laughing is making me laugh and I don't even know what I'm laughing at.
I can't!
You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna give yourself colon cancer.
I said I do a very good duck and pig impression.
Duck and pig? Okay, let's hear it.
Oh my god, I can't believe I actually did this in front of people.
I can't
And in all seriousness, this was an actual serious movie audition. Sweet Jesus, I can't believe I did this. It was my panic brain. It was my worm brain. It was so...
Were you thinking about it while other people were doing it and you couldn't come up with anything better?
I couldn't come up with anything. I am a talentless just noob. Oh my god.
So let's hear your pig and duck.
Oh my god. And they're not even that good. Oh my god. So here's this duck. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. And the pig is... Can I do it while I'm laughing? Nope, I can't.
And they were like,
they're like, yeah,
bye.
They're like, okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wait, so you have to take me through this moment. I'm imagining you in like one of those YouTube videos when it's just like white walls. Like what was the scene? Just white walls?
It was a big empty warehouse because they hadn't yet set up any of the scenes or anything. So it was this big empty warehouse.
So you go, I do a good duck and pig impression, and they said, let's hear it.
They were just like, okay, and I did it, and they were like, okay.
And you didn't? Did you laugh while you were doing it?
Dude, I was panicking. I was like, it was all seriousness, and I'm like, a duck and a pig is something they can absolutely use in this movie. What? I should not be allowed out in public.
Can you imagine though if there's some sort of scene where like You know, like in old movies, like something crashes and you hear
God.
the cat go, wow, yeah. Right? It's like that, but they have you be like a pig.
Oh my god. I cannot believe I did that in public.
I can't believe it either. I'm like embarrassed by proxy. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment.
And the horrible thing is, I was like wearing a really nice outfit. My hair and makeup was all done, and it was just like,
I can't believe that.
I should not be allowed out in public.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So you didn't get a call back?
The movie was never made.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
it was never made. But no, I certainly
That's
did.
why.
You know what the worst part about it was? Here, I was so
later.
serious. I was so in the zone about it and everything, even after my horrible ducking pig impression. I had accidentally written down the wrong email address on the contact sheet. And so I had the audacity to think I ever had a shot at even being an extra in this movie, that I went back in and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry, I wrote down the wrong email address. Here it is. Can you give this to the director? As if I had a chance. Oh my god.
What was it called? Sushi Tushi?
Sushi Tushi. What was it? How Japanese sumo broke into American football, or something ridiculously long and obnoxious, and it never got made, thank God. I wonder if it's on IMDb or something.
Oh my god, I bet you're in the credits.
No, oh my god.
Sound effect. Danielle
Sweet
DeNoble.
Jesus, I can't believe I actually did that.
I love that.
This is the kind of thing that's like the 13th reason. I'm just like, I cannot believe I did that. I did. I panicked. I panicked to the point where I did that in front of somebody. Oh my god.
I can't even picture them being like, okay.
They just did.
Thanks.
And this 6-year-old girl just blew the crowd away. And I was like, oink oink.
Yeah,
quack,
it's
quack.
not your fault. You can't follow up from that.
Oh my god. That is so freaking embarrassing. I can't even. Let me see if I can find it.
Sushi
Any
Tushi?
kind of
It sounds like it was going to be a horrible movie.
Sushi Tushi.
It's good.
Oh, I guess it was. Nope, that's not it. Oh yeah, it is. I guess it ended up wanting to be called Hail Mary. The original title, which was Sushi Tushi, or How Asia Broke into American Pro Football. Okay, so Hail Mary. Let me see if it came up. Did they actually make this movie? Sweet Lord.
And they didn't ask you to be in it?
They didn't ask me. No, it's not. Oh, wait. Oh my god.
They made it?
Oh my god, is this an actual movie?
Oh god.
No, it's not. This can't possibly. No, it is not a real movie. I think it's a real movie. It's an hour and a half, it says.
Wow.
Oh my god. And I met that guy, Danny, or no. Was it him? Who directed this thing? I met the director. Is that him? Did I meet him? I did! I met the director. The director is Ziad Hamza. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Yeah, I met him.
He looks like a director.
He looks, yeah.
I can't believe...
I'm not fit to be human!
I can't believe you did that.
That's my...
It's okay, because I don't know what I would have come up with either if someone was like, what's your special talent? I'd really
It was
be
just like, we were in a group of people and I needed to do something.
But you can sing is the thing.
I don't think I could sing then.
Oh.
I hadn't done enough of my my lessons yet.
I can massage.
I hadn't done that yet either. And I was a waste of space.
Aww.
I was a waste of human flesh.
I can only imagine, like, what would be worse is if you, like, started tap dancing or something. Like,
oh my god. I can't believe I did that.
What would I have said if someone was like, what's your special talent? I'd probably be like, I can do this with my tongue.
Oh, you can do the clover? What, you're telling me you've never done anything just absolutely, just brutally embarrassing?
That bad? Well, you know,
that's top tier.
I tried to play a game on my iPad in class. It was loud AF.
You know what else?
I fell out of my desk in class one time. I fell downstairs alone, but it was embarrassing enough. I fell downstairs in front of people.
But those are just, like, accidents.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying is, I think that took the cake. Because I just do, like...
You do accidental things, which is, everybody does that. But me, I do...
I'm trying to think. Have I ever done...
Like, actively done something that just... You know what? We're just gonna embarrass the living crap out of me. This is,
See, like, I just keep thinking of, like, little stupid things that I've done throughout my life. Like, this one time, we did, like, the presidential gym test or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there was one where we had to, like, run back and forth and, like, pick up erasers off the floor.
Yep.
And I just, like, tripped and fell on my chest.
Yeah, that's just kind of your average human klutziness. No, I talked about it on, I think, Chaotic Energy way back when, that when I was working at Hallmark, I had just recently started there. It was coming up to the Christmas season when I had started. And the old computer system, it wasn't your new technology. This was the old clunky keyboards and huge boxy computers. The system was just really, really outdated in and of itself, even in outdated times. And all of the buttons that you had to do for any kind of sales, you had to manually put it in. It wasn't something that you just, it wasn't just a ring it up and it came up. Like, you had to actually find the correct button, make sure it was the right thing, put it with the right thing. It was a lot. And after Christmas, everything was on sale. So you had a lot of buttons and a lot of things you had to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was learning how to do the register. This couple brought up $100 worth of, like, probably $200 worth of discounted items. And I had to put in the discount for every single one of everything. We finally get to the end of the transaction. I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe it. I'm like sweating, dude. I was like, that was a marathon of a checkout, but I did it. And the gentleman hands me some cash. I put it in the register. I close up the register. I'm like, I did it. I didn't mess anything up. We're good to go. I was so proud of myself. He sticks out his hand to congratulate me, which I was like, that's kind of weird, but thanks, man. And as I'm shaking his hand, he's like, I need my change.
No!
I wanted to crawl in a hole and die. I was like, of course you need your change. Why would I get through this without screwing something up and embarrassing myself by shaking your hand, which you were just wanting your change for? Oh, dear freaking God.
That's why he...
Yeah, I thought he was shaking my hand in congratulations. Nope, he just wanted his change. He just wanted his change. I just want to change zip codes. I want to change my name. I want to change my face. I want to change my status on living.
Oh my God. He stuck his hand up for his change and he shook it. He shook his hand. That's the worst.
Dude, so when I say I'm like, I'm not fit to be human, I have a long list of reasons why I'm not fit.
Oh my God, I'm so terrified of that.
Oh my God. You know what was also really funny? This is not an embarrassing story. It was just really funny. When I was working at the bookstore, my coworker, Jana, she was checking out a couple people and was handing back their change, and she's just like, here is your, what did she say? Like, here's your 18 cents and $4. And I just look at her.
Doll hairs?
I'm like, did you just say doll hairs? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, you do that on a regular basis, don't you? She's like, yeah.
And she says dollars?
Doll hairs.
But she doesn't do it
No,
on
she
purpose?
actively does it on purpose. Doll hairs on purpose.
Doll hairs.
But she does it in such like a casual and nonchalant way that people just don't question it. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Just little things to sprinkle into your day to spice it up a little bit.
I hate when people, when I'm cashing someone out, like, when I'm behind the register, I'm in a zone. Like, I'm scanning stuff and I'm checking people out. People will, like, put their coffee on the register and I will, like, try to scan it. Because it's on the register, I'm just scanning stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if people brought in something that they were trying to find the same thing of, that's happened a lot where I, like, grab it and they're like, no, it's mine!
Yeah.
Well, you put it on the register.
Yeah.
I'm scanning stuff over here. So.
I have, for so long, when I do something embarrassing, I've tried so hard to play it off or, you know, pretend I was actually doing something different and somebody misinterpreted what I was doing or whatever. Just tried so hard to play it off. Now I just lean into it. Now I'm just like, yeah, that was dumb. That was really, oops, I suck. And it just makes it so much better. Just laugh it off.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I've gotten better about that. Or worse about that? Actually, I've just limited my human interactions, so I don't have as many embarrassing moments. So, it's worked out for me. Dude, I was looking at this thing I was on TikTok, and it was like, why, so people 85 to 95, what is your reason for not being married? And then they're going through all the comments and everything. One of them, I hit so hard. I was like, I don't want someone else in my house. That's it. I'm like, that is it. Yeah. I literally don't want someone up in my space.
Let alone a man.
Yeah. And they're like, I already work for a living. I don't want a second job. True. Oh, man. So many good reasons. I'm a 95 kid.
Really true. Did I tell you about how, like, my grandpa died, like, a few years ago. My grandma's 95 now. So when he first died, like, she would still, like, pack him a lunch. And she would always go meet him. I told you this story already?
Yeah. I think it's so cute.
No, it's funny. She would always try to go meet him at the nursing home. So my aunt wrote in Sharpie on the fridge, "Dad is dead," at cemetery. Don't bring him food or whatever it says.
But I think it's so cute that she was still trying to do that and everything. It's like, I don't know. That's true love right there, baby.
That is just routine. I think their marriage was arranged, so we don't know the situation there.
Ah. Okay, interesting. Oh, there it is.
Sorry? They'd met like 1 or 2 times before they were engaged or something like that.
Friends of mine were in a international relationship.
Interesting.
He lived in Italy. She lived here in America. There was a language barrier. Mm-hmm. It was during the email times. They would email each other, and it would take them forever to email each other back because they had to translate it. And that's how they actually learned.
Wow.
They learned English and Italian. Yeah, he now lives here.
That's so cool.
He learned English. He's moved to America. She knows Italian. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 children now.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It was just really interesting. And I think they met a grand total in person 4 times before they got married.
Wow.
So, spilling all the personal details of other people. Sorry.
That's what we're here for.
But yeah, I was like, that's true love right there.
That's very cute.
I don't want any part of it.
No. Just want a Pleifner.
I need a Pleifner. Still looking for... Oh, by the way, talking about Pleifners, what the heck, folks? Why do we only have 5 plays on Find Your Play? That was a great episode.
Go listen to it. I think that's my favorite episode.
I loved it.
Last week was... Or not last week, but our last episode.
Yeah, I
really did like.
That was a fun one. That was a really fun one, actually. But yeah, go listen to Find Your Pleifner, folks. That was a good episode. That was so much fun. And also, I need people to listen to it and hopefully spread the message and find me a Pleifner. Thank you. And speaking of spread the message, still need to convince myself to get on TikTok to find my Scottish sponsors.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
I haven't done that yet. I was just crying. I probably have mascara all over my face.
Good.
I've rubbed my eyes raw. Oh my god. I'm a disaster of a human being. I'm sorry. I have to go to work today. Oh, that's another thing. I only have 1... Why are you laughing at me?
You're just all over the place.
I know. I have 1 appointment today. This week is very slow. Very, very slow week. I only have 1 appointment today. It's like a half an hour long. And so I have to go all the way back to Manlius. But I wanted to go to Barnes & Noble. I have a gift card from Christmas that I have not used yet. Mm-hmm. So what are you up to today? You want to go?
I have my meeting at noon and then I'm free.
Well, I have work at 1 until 1:30, so
we'll be done. You're saying after?
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything.
I have to go all the way back to Manlius, and then I'm going to be willing to drive all the way back here to DeWitt.
Yuck.
To go just to Barnes & Noble.
Why would anybody want to be in DeWitt?
I know. I also re-signed up for Delta Sonic, but it was only like... They started a club, like a monthly club. It's like $30 a month for unlimited, but it's not billed to you. It's just you up it each month. And I'm like, I can do that. So I want to get my car washed too, even though it's raining. But it's for free, so I said, sure.
I don't think I've gotten a car wash in over a year.
Oh my god, you can't not get your car washed here, dude.
I know that I haven't.
Your car's gonna rust apart around you. Like, what are you doing?
I had 100,000 miles the other day.
Ooh,
fun. I know. Scary.
My mother is making me go down for Easter. I don't want to.
I don't even know when Easter is. Is
that
coming up?
April? I don't know.
No.
But I don't want to put the miles on my car, and she doesn't really.
Take a train. Oh, you can't.
No, I can't.
Take a bus.
No, can't do that either. I tried to do that for when I went down for Christmas because I didn't want to rent a car.
Would you fly?
No.
All right.
1, expensive. 2, the closest airport is Pittsburgh.
Oh.
So I would still have to have somebody drive an hour and a half to come get me. So I'm like, no, it's just not worth it. And then I want the freedom to be able to leave whenever I want.
Yeah, I get that.
But no, I don't want to put the miles on my new car.
Private jet?
New car. Private jet. I think that's the way to go.
I'd love to have a helicopter or a private jet.
Why?
So I could do stuff like that.
Just go.
Just go.
So I heard, or not heard, but a client of mine had gone to Scotland for a work thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Scotland is like my dream. And he was like, you have to go to Montreal first. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's direct. It's a 6.5 direct flight if you take it from Montreal to Scotland, which you can't find anywhere around here, a flight like that, being that direct. And the thing is, 6.5 hours is my usual drive from here to St. Clairsville. So I'm like, I'm so used to that. I wouldn't even have to get up I wouldn't have to do like the air or the plane bathroom or anything. I'd be just perfectly fine just sitting there for 6.5 hours because I'm so used to it. So like, booyah. Take a trip to Montreal, rent a one-way car, and bang, bang, boom. Unless you want to take a quick little trip with me to Montreal and drop me off there.
Drop you off?
Yeah.
And then pick you up?
No, I'd take a one-way rental.
Well, maybe.
Or actually, you're going to go to Scotland with me.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have any money.
Nor do I. Start saving. No joke, though. Start saving.
I try to, but I only work 12 hours a week.
12 hours a week. Yeah, but you live with your mom. You don't have any bills.
I pay for my books.
I should slap you so hard right now. I should slap... You have years. This is my 30th birthday. I'm only 28.
That's 2 years. Not even.
You have 2 years.
It's not even 2 years.
You have you have a little less than 2 years to save up enough money to take, like, a 2-week vacation with me to Scotland.
How much do I even need for that? Like, thousands of dollars? I don't even think I could make thousands of dollars in that time at this rate.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
Really?
Yeah.
Gas is, like, half of my weekly paycheck, so...
Work better.
I'm a full-time student.
Again, you have summer. You have the summer.
My classes are so boring.
That sucks, dude.
God bless him. He's a very sweet man, but this professor that I have 2 classes in a row for, he's Asian. I can't understand a word he's saying.
That's racist.
It's not racist. I just can't understand his accent.
It's a fact of life.
I just can't understand his accent. And it's not because of his accent. It's because I can't understand accents.
You know what's frustrating?
Yeah.
I can't understand a lot of people's signing accents.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to throw myself under the bus here. I was so frustrated towards the end of our schooling at OCC because I, for the life of me, could never understand Scarlett.
Mm-hmm.
It got to the point where I didn't even bother trying. It was that bad. Like, obviously she was fine. Like, everyone else could understand it. It was just me. It was just me not being able to comprehend her signing. I sucked. And it was so frustrating that I just kind of gave up. Shame on me.
That's okay. I get it.
I was so frustrated.
I will, like, if I see a video and someone's signing and I don't understand it, I will just watch it and watch it and watch it and watch it until I, like, convince myself that I know what they're saying.
See, I wish I could do... I get frustrated with myself and then I skip and I'm like, I can't do it. I get sad.
No, I will slow it down and make myself sit through it and, like, try to, like, separate each thing until I understand it.
Do you remember those videos that we had to do in fingerspelling?
With that woman with the awful hair?
The woman with awful hair who also missigned so much.
What were those apples that I never heard of? Brayburn apples.
Brayburs, oh my god. But the problem was, this was a fingerspelling class. We had to figure out what she was fingerspelling. She misspelled half of the stuff she was fingerspelling. And then the other signs, she just didn't sign things correctly. I'm like, what the frick? I don't know, that was not a good time. No, I remember I did one of those assignments, and then the problem with that was there was 2 separate buttons. There was like a save for later,
oh no,
and then a submit. I accidentally hit the save for later rather than submit. And so weeks go by, I look at my final grade, I see a big old fat 0, which dropped my grade like crazy. I texted Rebecca and I'm like, I don't understand, I thought blah blah. And I was like, I swear to God, I did it, it's ready to go, I sent it, and like, thankfully she did accept it and everything, because I was freaking out. Because that's me and my perfectionism. I have to, yeah. That's
the thing, is this semester I don't know how I'm gonna do, because a few of my classes,
it's boring and you don't care.
It's boring and I don't care, and also I only have like 3 grades for the whole semester.
Ooh.
Like this one class is like media and politics, and we were supposed to have 4 grades. It was supposed to be 3 quote-unquote tests, aka you sit down and have to write an essay with no outside sources, which I can't do it. The 4th grade was going to be a take-home essay, but because he had too many students in the class and he expected, he removed the take-home essay. So it's just 3 in-class written essays. And that's my whole grade, so I'm so scared.
Sucks to suck.
Really scared. Really, really scared. I think I'm going to do fine in small group communication, because what the heck even is that class? We got let out 45 minutes early, and it was still so long. 2.5 hours is way too long.
Yeah.
Way, way, way too long.
Yeah. Sorry, my tea is really good.
What kind is it?
Chai.
I've never had chai tea before.
You want to try it?
No.
It's okay. So you're at school this semester, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What's your day? Like, what time?
Mondays is 9:10 to 1:30. But then I have work on Mondays. Wednesdays is 9:10 to 5:30. And then Fridays is the same as Mondays, but I don't have work afterwards. I know. I came home and I felt good. And then I hit my bed and I felt like I wanted to die.
Nah.
I just got like an awful headache. I was exhausted. It was a long day.
I crocheted a mattress topper.
How'd it go?
I'm not done yet, so it's only on like one half of my bed, but I only sleep on one half of my bed, so it's
perfect.
I really dig it. Because it was with a bunch of the plushy yarn that I had left over from what I was going to make before. And I was like, screw that, I'm making a mattress topper because my bed is half sunken in.
You're supposed to rotate your mattress.
This is not this is not the type of mattress you rotate.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
You just let one side sink in?
Yeah.
When I was a teenager...
no, the middle is sunk in. Because I more sleep in the middle. So I've tried to sleep more towards one side to try and even it out, but it's sunken in enough that it's no good. And when you rotate your mattress, you're supposed to flip it over and do on the other side, right? This is, they stopped making rotatable mattresses, apparently. Because, like, the bottom of the mattress is, like, that flat, like, it's not a double-sided mattress. I don't know. That's thrilling information, folks, but this is not a double-sided mattress.
When I was a teenager, I had a memory foam mattress, but it was, like, hard as a rock. It was literally just a big slab of that orange foam.
Oh, my God.
It was so hard. Like, so hard.
Yeah, I do. The softer, the better. But they sink more when they're softer, so... I want to get one of those purple mattresses.
Yeah.
It has, like, the purple grid.
I just really want one of those little sample things that they... You know what I mean? They don't make them anymore. But they were, like, when you would go to Purple, they would give you, like, a little square of, like, the gridded, like, foam.
Yeah.
And I just really want one to have and to hold.
That's all. And to hold. Till death do you part.
Till death. I don't know. Do you think they have purple mattresses in heaven?
Why not?
Why? I really just want one of those little things.
Not. Honestly, though, like... I'm honestly that's the part that I'm terrified about. No, I don't think I have cancer, but I know something is wrong. Like,
what do you think?
We're going back to this conversation because it's like all I have left to talk about.
What do you think is wrong, though?
I just think I have like raging IBS or something. But I will say I had quite a bit of blood, like more than should have been necessary.
I don't think any is necessary, right? I think no blood is the goal.
I had quite a significant amount of blood, and I was like, yeah, I should probably get that checked out. And because, like I said, the inconsistencies and there is definitely something wrong. I don't want to say it's the big C, but I'm definitely not ruling it out either. But no, if my mom says, I want you to move back to St. Clairsville, I will gladly die before I do that.
Move in with me.
I would gladly die before I'm... Why would I move in with you? You have a whole family here.
I don't have a whole family.
That's harsh.
It's just 3 people, though.
That's a whole family!
I guess.
Every family is a whole family.
But we're never even here all at the same time.
What would adding me to that equation help?
I don't know. Your cancer.
No. Considering that my aunt and my cousin...
Oh, yeah.
My aunt is
a question.
Is a
Why
nurse.
do you have some family that lives here, but also some family that lives in Ohio?
Because that's the way the cards fell. No, so St. Clairsville was like the DeNoble family establishment.
Mm-hmm.
But then up here is the main branch of our church. My church is branched out. So here in Syracuse, or I guess Fayetteville, whatever, is the main branch. And then there are smaller branches in St. Clairsville, Montreal, Italy, a few in Pennsylvania. We're kind of spread all over the place as like the church branched out. The DeNoble family was established in the St. Clairsville. But with the main church being here, each year we would come up here to do our annual church retreats.
Mm-hmm.
And my aunt lived here. My uncle and my aunt, yeah. They lived in St. Clairsville for a little while, but then they moved back up here because my aunt's sister was here. Or I'm probably butchering this. David, help me. Lord have mercy. Either way, the family moved. And here is here, and there is there. And I hated my hometown, and so when my family up here was like, move here, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, so I'm here.
Do you like it here?
I like it better than St. Clairsville, that's for dang sure.
Fair enough.
No, I do. I've always liked it up here. I mean, I've always had... Because like I said, I come up here every year for church retreat. I got to know my friends and everything. I had, So it wasn't me just picking up and moving to a random place. I had friends and family already here, and it made the move really easy. And while I still have all my family, back in St. Clairsville, I hate St. Clairsville. It is just I hate it. It is like a fishbowl of a town. People have their noses stuck up. It's just, ugh, I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And if something actually was wrong with me, I know my mom would be like, she would want me to move back. And I'm like, no, I will not do that until I'm quite literally on my deathbed. And even then, don't make me die in St. Clairsville. Ew.
True. But then you'll be closer to Poop Island and it'd be easier to transport you.
I'm going to be a little bag of ashes at that point. I think transporting me is not going to be a problem. Scattered me in the wind, folks.
I had a conspiracy theory in my head.
Honestly, flush me down the toilet. That's where I belong.
No! Died of colon cancer, so we're gonna flush her down the toilet?
That's actually hilarious.
That's terrible. Wait, if we add a little bit of water, can we form you into, like, a healthy poop-looking situation? Like, add water to the ashes and create, like, a paste. Not a paste, but, like a
cement?
A clay.
Oh my god, that's so freaking funny.
And form it into a turd. Not all of it, just one.
Have you seen the Netflix show, End of the Effing World?
Yeah.
I loved that show. It's so good. But the scene where, after his dad dies and they go to scatter his ashes, it had rained and the box had gotten wet or something. And so it was just, like, clumps of... It was so... Oh my god, it was so freaking funny. Watch that show, folks. It's so good.
I think is it seasons? I think I watched, like, one season.
I think there's 2. I think there's 2 seasons of it or something.
I stopped watching whenever, like, the cops had, like, found them and, like, shot him.
Oh. Yeah, I think his dad died in like the next season after that or something. Mm. But it was just so freaking funny. Oh my god, they're just standing out there and it's just like clumps of it. I was
That's so sad.
So sad.
I had a theory of this morning of what if people don't actually cremate people? What if it's like a baby blood situation? They like use your dead body for something else.
Well, they did that with my grandfather. You can donate your body to science.
No, but I'm saying, what if the ashes are not really the ashes? What if it's fake ashes from something else?
I feel like that's great lengths. Like, what would be the benefit?
I don't know.
And no, actually, I think that's, like, incredibly illegal.
Well, yes, but I have this professor that thinks... Okay, so he says that we need to have the media, like, from the people, like, by the people, because we can't trust the government to, like, tell us how things are straight up. So we need, like, the people's coverage on stuff, but does he...
The media has quite literally admitted to censoring, because, like, we can't show this and that. They literally censored entire speeches.
I know, I was like, does he think that the government does not control the media at all?
Well, that's why... I know there are a lot... Like, we talked about it before. But that's why I feel like TikTok, while it definitely has its issues, is the most beneficial thing that the people can have, because it is straightforward, our information getting to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But even TikTok censors things a lot of the time, or in some fashion, or people are canceled, or they're flagged for different ridiculous things. It's like, what? Mm-hmm. But then there's the argument, because social media platforms are privately owned, and so the private owners have a right to say what can and cannot be on their platforms. But at the same time, the whole point of a platform and these kind of sites is to be able to connect with people, be able to share your experiences, and if someone else is censoring your experiences, that completely goes against what the whole point of social media is, which is to connect people truly. But no, I mean, like, news outlets have straight up admitted, like, we are not showing this because we think it's this and we think it's that, so we're not going to show it until we figure out if it's good or proper, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're literally doing exactly what you're not supposed to be doing. Like, that's why people are dumb. Because we have had our thoughts given to us and assigned to us, rather than us having just the straight up information and making the conclusions ourselves. And be able to have common sense applied to a situation. We're not getting all the facts, and so they force you to think a certain way, rather than us being able to, like I said, come to our own conclusions by giving us all the information and figuring it out. I interrupted you. Where were you going with this?
I thought my professor was stupid for saying that.
It's true.
That's all.
Yes, yes. Here.
And then he goes, does everybody understand? Is that clear to everybody? He says that like 20 times per lesson. Is that clear to everybody? Does everybody understand?
Reminds me of my old health teacher in like 6th grade. We would get through half the class as he'd be rambling off, and he'd go off on like little tangents and everything. And when he would finally cue into the fact that he had gone off on a tangent, he'd back up. Let me do my spiel. And he would restart the class, basically to try and be more on topic. Let me do my spiel.
I had a friend in high school who got so bored in this one history class that she would like tally how many times the professor would say a certain phrase, or like clear his throat, or like whatever the little tick or like habit was. She had to like just like keep a tally, just to like keep herself interested.
Well, I've done that with a few of my teachers.
So funny.
Oh man, what was it? There was a couple teachers that had stuff like that. My one history teacher, her notes were very just like her talking and you just writing down what you think is important information, and her randomly saying what is or is not important information. And I think I told you about this before. She'd be talking and be like, write that down.
Yeah.
And at one point she was like, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Write that down. No, I'm not going to write that down.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
I don't know. That's the thing. This goes back to me saying, like, I don't trust people, because it is not possible altruism is not a thing. There is always some kind of personal benefit to anything that anybody is doing. There is no true altruism. And so even teachers who are supposedly the most learned and the best in their fields or whatever, they still have their biases. They still have their even subconscious agendas. And that was proven so brilliantly in my sociology class, which sociology is being like the study of human interactions and all that stuff. She literally said at the very beginning of the class that, I won't go into detail because it's not important, but in this class, this is the definition of what we take. This is what we think. If you have your own personal beliefs, that's fine, but here in this class, this is how we think. And I'm like, excuse me? No. The whole point of this class is to get different ideas, opinions, ways of life, and viewpoints on those ways of life, to be able to interact with one another and come to conclusions, come to different opinions, and be able to work with one another that have different opinions and conclusions and ways of life. You are not going to funnel us into one way of thinking and therefore shape how we view the next information that you give us. That's not how this works. Years have been ground.
I had a teacher do that in high school, but then he was like, just kidding. That was a prank. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the book was, and I'm going to sound like an idiot for not remembering. It was, The Wind? What's it called? Something The Wind.
The Wind Beneath My Wings.
No.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind? No.
Gone with the Wind.
No.
That big, huge...
No.
No?
It's about, like, evolution versus, like... Am I thinking of the wrong thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Whatever. But he was like, listen, I know some of you guys believe in evolution, but in this class, for the sake of this book, we're not going to talk about that, so you guys just keep those beliefs to yourself. We're going to only be talking about, like, a Christian view. And then he just, like, let a pause, and he was like, so I'm just kidding. And then people were, like, literally fuming in their seats. Like, they were like, I was going to call my mom, I was going to tell her, like... He's like, okay, just to be clear, that was a joke. He had to make it super clear.
What time are we at? Can I ask you what you believe?
Freaking
No, never really thought about it? Or thought about it too much that makes your brain implode?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't care.
No?
No.
It is what it is.
It doesn't matter. I feel like I don't care. If we all came from a tadpole, I don't care. If we didn't, I don't care. Why does it matter? Does it matter?
That's between you, yourself, and I, and whoever you think is also important for that information.
I don't care.
Okay.
I wish you would break the chopstick off of the back of your crochet hook.
Why?
That's what's important to me, because it's so long.
But I use it to
stabilize?
No.
Oh.
I use it as a, what's it called?
A stabby stab.
A stabby stab. No, I put the rest of the yarn.
The skein.
I put
holder.
the skein of yarn on it, hold it all together. That's the tea, folks. Sorry. I'm halfway through on a new dish rag. The dish rags are just churning out, man.
How many have you made?
Like 10.
Wow.
Seriously, stop. Oh my god, I'm so gross. I gotta stop chugging the tea.
I've heard that chai tea tastes like grass. And I hope that's true.
Would you like to try it?
No. But does it taste like grass?
No.
I wish it would. I wish there was something that tasted like the smell of fresh cut grass. That's my favorite smell, and I want to eat it. I probably have.
Have you the jelly beans?
Jelly beans.
There's jelly beans that taste like grass, I thought.
I like the popcorn ones. I know, we've done this before. I love the popcorn.
Oh my god. What's it called when people have,
like, pica?
No, a fear of throwing up? because I've done that a couple times. I'm sorry.
Edemophobia.
It's something like that. I'm sorry if anybody has that. I should stop doing that.
I don't have that. I love to throw up.
Pardon me?
No, like, if I have to throw up and I am just sitting in nausea and I can't throw up, the worst. When I can throw up and get relief, I love it. You know what I mean?
I just...
Like, have you ever been nauseous, like, all day? Just
yeah, but I
wouldn't throw up.
I wouldn't say that I love it.
But
you're so exuberantly in love with throwing up. What?
No, I think I just like the relief it brings me. I love when I can throw up and then be like, okay, we're said and done. Like,
no, I get that. Like, the relief is definitely... No, my problem is that I'm that nauseous that, like, if I could just throw up, I would feel much better.
Yeah.
Than I do, and then I don't feel better, and I'm like, lies! It was all lies!
I have not had that.
I remember this one time, I had some gummies that were about to... Well, they were pretty bad. Not
expired.
Bad. They were just, yeah, I had kept them in my fridge. They had gotten pretty hard. I don't want to say they expired because do they expire? I don't really know. But either way, I was like, I should probably polish them off because they're getting pretty old. Kind of forgot how potent they were. I thought they had kind of lost their potency. No, they did not. I had, I think, like 3/4 of a full gummy, and I had the munchies so hardcore.
I think you told this story, like, recently.
Well, I'm telling it again because I don't remember. But yeah, I had the munchies so hardcore. I ate my entire kitchen. And then I made myself throw up because I ate so much. So it kind of ruined the happy times. That kind of sucked.
One time I was with my friends a few years ago and we got Dairy Queen and it was delish. But then on the car ride home, I was really nauseous and I got really scared that I was going to throw up in the car. I didn't, but we got back to the house and I had, like, the best puke of my life. It was clean. It came out in one pump and none of it went through my nose.
Ew!
It didn't, though, is what I'm saying. It was amazing.
Ew.
It was just one single, like, and then I was done. And it was like as if it never happened.
10 out of 10 would recommend good throw up again.
Like, I didn't feel, like, disgusting afterwards.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know.
I
wish that was the case. I remember we were celebrating my 21st. I think I talked about this before. We were celebrating my 21st, but it was like a month after my 21st because I went down to Ohio around Thanksgiving, and it was the Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving, which is the biggest drinking night of the year. So true. So we go out, my brother takes me out, and then we met up with a bunch of, like, old friends of his and blah, blah, blah. And it was supposed to be celebrating my 21st, and so when people found that out, everyone kept buying me shots. And I didn't keep track. I had, like, 8 or 9 shots of who knows what. And I was like, oh, it's pretty purple. Let's take that. No, it's blue. Okay, we'll take that. Ooh, what is this? Oh, you think I'm going to cringe? Okay, knock it back and I'm totally fine. Yeah, I had a lot. And then I proceeded to throw up, like, everywhere. My mom was real cool. She came to pick us up. She didn't say a word about it. She would stop every, like, 5 feet, let me lean out the door and throw up.
Yeah.
It took us forever to get home. And then the next day, I had my own stomach acid for Thanksgiving dinner. I had alcohol poisoning. It was bad.
Oh my god.
Like, a person should not be able to it was bad. Yeah.
Okay, I have a story. When I was, like, I don't know, 14. I've told this before, but every year, like, I think it's the day after Thanksgiving, my uncle has, like, he owns, like, seats at the Bruins, like, TD Garden. So every year, the day after Thanksgiving, we'd go see the Bruins game. So it was my first year going, and we got back super late. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning or something. So it was just me, my dad, and my uncle and my cousin, I think. My sister stayed home with my mom because she was younger. So we got home super late. I just, like, crawl into bed, whatever. And then I wake up. There's, like, a ruckus. The lights turn on. My sister had thrown up all over me. Like, all over me. Because she had stayed in with my mom eating Thanksgiving leftovers and something went wrong. And my mom forgot that I had gotten into the bed with them at some point in the night. So my sister went to throw up. My mom said, no, turn away from me. And guess who was on the other side of her? It was me. So she puked all over me, and I was, like, just in a confused, like, half-awake state because just all of a sudden the lights turned on and I'm like covered in like throw up and it smells really bad. And I like started crying because my mom was like, don't move. So I just had to sit there and like wait for everything to be sorted out while I'm covered in puke.
Ew.
And
I would have thrown my sister out.
Oh, and better. This is better. So my sister's in the shower because she just thrown up. So she's in the shower, like maybe still throwing up, like getting clean, whatever. I had to take a bath.
Ew.
I had to use another bathroom that only had a bathtub, and so I had to like wade in like floating
puke water.
Puke water.
That's so gross.
And I think I like posted on Instagram because that was the thing at the time. I was like, when you get woken up at 4 a.m. covered in puke.
Not your puke.
Not my puke.
No, I remember we went to the lake one time, and my aunt, not known for her cooking skills. This is Wendy. This is not my Aunt Rachel, who's a phenomenal cook. Yeah, Wendy is not known for her cooking skills. At one time or another, she had, she was cooking a deer leg or whatever, leg of deer. The problem was, hoof and fur were still on.
No.
She was like, it'll all burn off in the oven. Yeah, that's how bad of a cook she is, folks. So just let that sink in.
Oh my God.
We were out at her cabin at the lake and everything. We were having dinner, and it was edible enough, not great, but edible enough. Until later on, I saw my brother eating like one of the Italian sausage or like a bratwurst or something, and I asked him. I was like, are those still good? He was like, yeah, they're fine. I was like, okay, and I was about to heat it up. He was like, just eat it cold. It's really good that way. I'm like, okay. Well, he had apparently a steel stomach or something because middle of the night, I wake up with like food poisoning from this bratwurst. And the problem with it was we were sleeping in a room that was technically not a room. It had no windows. There was not a speck of light in this room that I was staying in with my parents. Could not see anything. I'm literally about to throw up, cannot find the door to get out of the room. And it took everything in me. I'm patting around. I'm tripping over everything. I can't find it. And my parents are just like, stop making noise. And I'm like freaking out. I did make it to the bathroom, thankfully, in time. And it was not a grand time after that. But I'm like, how did my brother survive this? And I'm dying. It was not there.
Yeah, weird.
But yeah, pitch black room. And it took like 10 minutes for me to find the door as I'm on the verge of throwing up everywhere. Pitch black.
I haven't thrown up in a long time. I say long time. It was probably last year. But it feels like a long time.
Did I talk about the time my friend called me? It was like 10 o'clock at night. She had just gotten off of work. And she called me and she's like, hey, I got like the stomach flu or something. I can't make it home from work. Because she lived like over half an hour away. Mm-hmm. And she's like, can I come to your house? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. We had a spare bed. In between, there was like this spare kind of room between me and my brother's room that had an extra bed in it. So I was like, yeah, you can come stay here. So she comes in, and instead of staying in we called it the middle room, she comes into my room and lays down on my bed. I'm like, what are you doing? Get up, go away. And she had just laid down on my bed for like a second, but it was enough. I ended up getting sick.
Oh, God.
And the next morning, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I wake up, I'm nauseous, and I'm like, I'm going to throw up. No, I'm fine. I'm trying to convince myself that I'm fine.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
I'm fine. I am not fine. So I get up. I start throwing up everywhere. Lo and behold, though, I had also started my period at the same time. I had just contracted the stomach flu. And so the stomach flu plus my my period, worst pain of my life. Hands down, the worst pain of my life. I was genuinely, I was begging for death. I told my mom, we're either going to have to go to the hospital or you need to put me out of my misery and stab me in the heart. Put me out of this. I was genuinely begging for death. It hurt so bad. And what did my mom do? She went downstairs and left me alone. As I'm writhing in pain, coming out both ends. And it was like, and actually to this day, me and my mom went to get our ears pierced. We went to get the daith done, which, if anyone's had their daith pierced, it's a solid chunk of cartilage. It's like a real thick piece of cartilage, and it hurts. Hurts! And actually, the worst part than the pain was the sound of the cartilage crunching.
Ah, stop!
Yeah, anyway.
That's so gross.
It was not a very fun, pleasant time to be. And you know what I did? I did not flinch. I did not move. Because I compared the pain of getting that daith to the pain I felt during the stomach flu period. And I was just like, if I survived that, this is nothing. And I did not flinch at all. To the point where I was so still, my mom thought that it was perfectly fine. Like, it didn't hurt at all. Mm-hmm. She did it. She almost freaked out. But, no. I'm like, I compare everything to that moment of pain. Or not moment of pain. It was like a full day's worth, because I will never forget, after the bouts of, both ends, everything was calmed down enough, but the pain was still going on, that I had the cramps for my period, and then waves of the stomach pain from the stomach flu. I will never ever forget. It was like 2 solid minutes of excruciating pain, and then it would go away. It would fade out for 2 or 3 seconds, and then it would flare up again for a solid 2 or 3 minutes. And so every few minutes it would I would thank God profusely for those 2 or 3 seconds of relief.
Oh my God.
Every single time it happened, I'm like, thank you. And then it would flare up again, and I'm like, murder me! It was not a good time. But yeah, I compare every bit of pain that I have nowadays to that moment, or that day, and nothing is compared. So I just, yeah. I mean, I certainly don't like pain, but if it's not as bad as that stomach flu day, then I ain't gonna die. So it is what it is. Actually, that's probably a big reason why I never want to go to the doctor, because I'm like, I'm not actively dying, so it's fine. I could be actively dying. I have no idea.
Are we all?
We are all actively dying. Okay, this is...
Oh, shoot, I have a meeting in 5 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta go. Yeah, you do.
I almost just said love you.
I did too!
Okay, love you, bye! I don't even say it to my own family. Why would I say it to the podcast?
I did it. I guess it must be in the air. It must be the... Because I almost said it too. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, folks, love you.
Love you. Talk at you next week.
What the hell?
What's wrong with us?
Oh my God.
Love you.
Bye.